This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Greenwood Village, Colorado. I'm here at the Great Harvest Bread Company. This organization, since 1976, has been providing phenomenal tasting food made with freshly milled grains and pure, simple ingredients. I'm here with the new owners, Steve and Penny. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about your story. Really, this is an organization that's been around 40 plus years. They are now pretty much across the nation, or in all 50 states. Share with me, Steve, why you felt this was a good fit for your family.
We were living in Kansas the last 12 years, and I haven't been in business at all, really, my whole profession. But we're looking into retirement. I turned 60 this year, and so what would we like to do? We have two daughters who live within 15 minutes of this store, a couple of grandchildren, and the idea just came into my mind, let's buy a Great Harvest Bread store.
That is a great story. Let me ask you, Penny, it was his idea. What did you think when you first heard this idea?
I had to get used to it for a while, but living close to kids and grandkids, I was all in.
All in. So really the kids over here had a big majority of that as well. Let me think about it. My grandparents, maybe my parents, baking scratch was something that they did. It's not something we do today every day. This is an old concept, I should say. Why do you think this is a philosophy that people still embrace today? Why do you think that is?
There's something about working with your hands, working with the dough, being able to create something from scratch where you know all the ingredients you've put in, and you can produce something that tastes phenomenal.
I mean, in our world, we have turned to cheaper, faster, more convenient, less time-consuming processes. This really isn't the case here. I mean, we're talking about people that show up at 2:30 in the morning to get the job done. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it takes a lot of hours to get it to go from the scratch to the people.
I mean, this is a company that really began, it was born out of one idea, one recipe, 4 ingredients. Tell me what the ingredients are and why are they special.
Yeah, actually it's only 5, but it's flour, water, yeast, salt, and honey. So there's no preservatives, there's nothing you can't pronounce that's in our bread, and it becomes something that everyone loves.
Everyone loves. I would agree with that. Let's start off with one of those ingredients, which is wheat kernels. Where do these come from? I would imagine the quality has to be pretty consistent to make sure that the bread's consistent every day.
Well, you should really start with Penny because she grew up on a wheat farm in Nebraska. So every year her dad was farming wheat.
You have a little bit of history there then when it comes to this. This was kind of a natural fit for you. Is this something that is big where you came from?
Yeah, I grew up on a wheat farm and we harvested wheat. So it was, it's special to me, yeah.
Fresh ground milled flour. Why do you think that is different? I mean, is there actually a taste difference when you were checking out the organization?
There is a taste difference, and you'll notice these wheat berries, we use every part of the kernel or the berry to grind. That's why it's whole wheat flour. We use every part of it. As opposed to some places that will only use a part of the wheat. And our company found that wherever wheat is grown in the U.S., the best wheat that has the best protein for bread is grown in Montana, Idaho and Montana. And so all of our wheat for all of our stores comes from farmers in northeast Montana, almost up into Canada.
Wow. I mean, when a person thinks of fresh bread, I mean, we all like the idea of fresh bread, but even, I can't say you have fresh bread. You have the freshest bread. Because when we think of fresh bread, many times it's refrigerated or frozen dough, maybe with some additives or preservatives. This is really fresh from the time it's kneaded back there into the oven. It all happens in one morning.
Yeah, it's within a few hours. So we'll mill wheat today. And because the mill is so hot, the flour comes out hot, we have to cool it overnight. So tomorrow we can use the wheat that we mill today, and that process will start about 3:30 again tomorrow, and it'll be 8 or 9 o'clock by the time it's out of the oven and it's on the rack ready for our customers.
I see the ladies back there cutting it out. I mean, weighing it, basically getting it out. You're going through quite a few loaves a day. I would imagine it all began with bread, but a lot of times people come in, eat a sandwich, and maybe take them a while to even try a loaf of bread, I would imagine.
We actually, in all of our stores, we give generous samples of bread on our breadboard all day long, like an inch thick. They stress that in our training in our headquarters. When people come in, always offer them fresh bread and be generous in your samples.
I think that's great because you have to introduce us to something we're not quite used to, which is good. They have moved beyond bread, obviously. Sandwiches. This is a great place to come in and grab a sandwich. Share with me some of the premium sandwiches you have.
Turkey Swiss is our most popular. A lot of people like turkey. We have 2 or 3 different sandwiches that include turkey or turkey and bacon, avocado. So you put fresh bread, and they can have a sandwich on any of our breads. And so we'll slice it, or it's already sliced. We'll make a fresh sandwich, and we probably do, I don't know, 150 a day of sandwiches.
That is impressive. I mean, so we're talking about the ham and Swiss, turkey and Swiss, roast beef. And like you said, you can pick the kind of bread you want. I mean, I see pretty much 14 styles of bread. I mean, you've got a certain amount every day that you offer, but you also rotate in some specialty breads as well. What would you say is the favorite bread?
We have about 4 different cinnamon kinds of bread. So most people are familiar with chocolate chips. We buy cinnamon chips. And we include that in the dough, so we have a swirl, we have a cinnamon chip bread, we have a Cinnaburst swirl. People really like that. We sell that every day.
On the sandwich side, for those that aren't meat lovers, you've got a veggie sandwich as well. You've got a tuna salad. You've even got an old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly. I mean, I see you selling some peanut butter there as well. Is that still popular with kids as well as adults?
Right. The kids like the peanut butter and jelly. We also do a half sandwich, and it comes with a side for the kids.
Excellent. A couple salads as well. Share with me about those.
Yeah, at this point, we're not set up to do salads for people that come into the store, but we cater salads. We do a fair amount of catering, so we'll have an Italian or a Greek salad or a Caesar salad, and those go out in our catering orders.
Are these warm sandwiches, cold sandwiches, or a little bit of each?
It's your choice.
It's your choice. You can decide what you want. Okay, on the cold cut side, what would you say if I wanted to try a sandwich, never tried one here before, what would you recommend to me?
Well, because our Turkey Swiss is most popular, I would recommend that to you. It'll come with lettuce, tomato, onions, mayo, mustard, and 3 ounces of meat. We weigh our meat for all of our sandwiches, so it's almost a 1/4 pound of turkey that you're getting in your sandwich. It's going to be nice and fluffy, and then on some of our fresh bread, you can't beat that.
That is great. Obviously, you're opening up very early every day. You've got some great sweet treats we'll talk about here in a second, but you can also come in and get a breakfast sandwich. Is that right?
Yeah. So we make our own breakfast buns, either white or honey whole wheat buns, and we make our own garlic spread, and then we bake eggs ahead of time. So we'll heat up your egg, and you can have sausage, bacon, ham, different kinds of cheese. If you want to add tomato, spinach, onion, whatever you want on your breakfast sandwich, we'll heat it up, and we do a fair amount of those every day.
That is great. I mean, we've all grown up. We're used to a bakery. This is a bakery cafe. I mean, not only bigger than your typical bakery, but you've even expanded out this way as well. Let's talk about some of the sweets you got up there. I see cinnamon rolls. I see some things that I've already tried out, which are delicious. Tell me what's a favorite there.
Yeah. I think our favorite one is pumpkin chocolate chip. We make that into loaves and small loaves. We make that into muffins, and already this morning we've sold a number of those. People every day, we make it every day, and people love a pumpkin chocolate chip.
That is great. What is your favorite, Penny? I mean, do you rotate the menu out there when you come in and try it out?
The raspberry scones are my favorite. We sell a lot of raspberry and blueberry scones, so they're my top favorite.
Excellent. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. Basically, go on the website. First of all, take a look at the philosophy of this company. This was really born out of one idea, and that is fresh, quality, simple ingredients. Hand basically made from scratch daily. That's a place they start out early to make sure when you walk in, you're going to get something that is fantastic, great, great tasting, something that you're not really used to. Also, if you need something catered out there, they can come out and do some catering for you as well. But the location is simple, great parking out front here. They open up early and are able to pretty much serve the entire family. Something kind of unique to your location here compared to the other locations is I even see a yogurt bar here. Tell me how that came to be.
So the previous owners were finding that they were just cramped with the space that they had over there. And there was a yogurt shop right next door that was going out of business. And so they bought the yogurt store, opened up the walls in a couple of places, and then I think they found out what a nice complementary business it is. So in the morning we do lots of sweets and breads, but as the day goes along, people want yogurt. They'll sit here in the afternoon for their sandwich. In the afternoon and evening we'll get kids, coaches bringing their team, moms, grandmas bringing their, and they want the self-serve yogurt that we have.
What I love about that is that basically it's almost like, you know, the ice cream shop of yesterday, a place where people get together, hang out, have a good time. And what's even made it better is you not only provide an old-fashioned environment, but your pricing, I have to say, is old-fashioned. I mean, that's something, I don't see that kind of pricing anywhere.
We went to it, and the previous owners did this, but we're staying with it. It's a flat rate pricing. Most yogurt places in town, we've been to others where you weigh it, and you thought you were going to fill up your bowl with a few things and some toppings, and they charge you $5 or $8 for that little bowl. At our store, you know what you're going to pay up front. You pick the size cup that you're going to use, and you can pile it as high as you want with yogurt, toppings, and we'll charge you one flat rate.
That is impressive. Coming from a big family, I like that because we don't all have to share one bowl because we're counting them ounces, which is great. This is an organization you felt was a good fit for you. Like you said, you're new to business, but you felt this was a organization that valued family, valued community. How important is it for you as a business owner to give back to your community?
One of our values is generosity, and personally, that's very important to me. One of the things I love about being the owner of a bread store is giving bread away. We love to give samples away, but I've had homeless people come in here and they're hungry, and I just say, what do you want? I give them a sandwich, I give them a coffee, I give them some bread to go. We have friends. Sometimes one of our policies is if it's your first time in your store, like it's your first time in our store, you're going to leave with a loaf of bread. We're going to give you a loaf. Everybody, when it's their first time, they get a free loaf of bread from us. We love giving it away. And as far as the community, yeah, we have requests, many requests for donations of different organizations, schools, clubs. We'll give coupons, we'll give bread, we'll give a gift basket of some of these dried mixes that we make, whatever they want. We love giving away.
That is fantastic. Penny, like you said, he brought you the business. It took you a while to warm up to it, but you said it was about family as well. Let me ask you, the family's nearby, close by. Are you guys able to come over? Do they enjoy the store?
They love the store. They loved it before we bought it, and they still love it.
That is great. Viewers, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their corporate website right there, but then you're going to find out each individual has their website, and check out these guys. They've got a yogurt bar here, which is very unique to the locations, but what basically has kept all of them on the map is a simple concept, which is pure ingredients. That is the Great Harvest Bread Company. Really began back in the 70s. This is pure and simple ingredients, handcrafted goodness, made from scratch daily. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.